Right then, people. Good evening. Hope you're feeling well. And hope you're feeling well. Listen to your body. Do what you can. Please be aware of your joints. If your ankles or knees hurt, then just go easy on the move. Other than that, let's begin. Remember, people, throughout the whole class, you keep your lips gently pressed together. You keep tip of the tongue, roof of your mouth, or possibly fold your tongue over and press it onto the roof of your mouth. Try and breathe just through your nose. Try and keep your inhalations and exhalations the same length, especially when you're in a stressful asana. Always move with the breath and don't hold your breath. I would tell you to breathe and move, and then you carry on breathing. When we're sitting up straight like this, it's very easy to contract your Mula Bandha and your Bandha. So as you inhale, you tighten your belly button in, tighten your pelvic floor up. You can either try and keep that engaged as long as you can, or just try and keep it engaged every time you inhale. The more you are aware of those two muscles, the stronger your core will be. So you're sitting up tall, shoulders are heavy, eyes are closed. Just take a moment to follow your breath. Journey with your breath as it goes in through your nose, past your throat, past your chest, all the way down to your belly. And then as you exhale, your breath leaves your belly, comes up past your chest, your throat, and out through your nose. So make sure you sit up straight, your shoulders are nice and relaxed. As you inhale, chin into the throat. Keep your shoulders drawn down, keep your spine strong, tuck your chin in as tight as you can. As you exhale, face to the sky. Inhale, chin into the throat. Exhale, face to the sky. Gently bring your face to the center, look over your left shoulder. Awareness in your chin, people. Try and move your head as far around as you can. Inhale back. Exhale, right shoulder. Inhale back. Again, exhale, left shoulder. Inhale. And exhale, look over your right shoulder. And then back to the center, open your eyes, right hand over your head, touching your ear. And pull your head across, sit up tall. And release. And let's do the other side. And release. And let's do the first side again. Remember, guys, don't pull your body across, just pull your head across. Drawing the other shoulder down, sitting up nice and tall. And then other side. Beautiful. Release it off. Interlace your fingers, stretch your palms up to the sky. Arms up, look forward, breathe. And those of you who have hypermobile elbows, yes, you're grinning away to yourself. Stop bending your arms into a Z shape. Focus on using your chest and shoulders to lift your arms. That's everybody, but especially you, Jer. Keep breathing, keep stretching. Release your hands down. So just rest your wrists on your knees, index finger and thumb together. We're just going to do a couple of tucking our chin in and rolling our ear to our shoulder. So tuck your chin in. Try and keep your chin tight as you can. As you exhale, take your left ear to your left shoulder. Obviously, your chin's not going to stay tucked in all the way, but you're aiming to keep it tucked in as much as you can. Inhale to the center, so you're looking down. And then exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Hold it here and breathe. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Just picture your head just smoothly inhale into the center in a nice curve and exhaling right ear to right shoulder. Inhale straight across, no stopping in the center. And exhaling, taking the other ear to the other shoulder. Couple more. Inhale, straight left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. And then back to the center, you're looking down, you're sitting tall, your shoulders are drawn down. As you exhale, look up to the sky, keep your shoulders pulled down. And release. Okay, guys. Clasp your hands behind your back. Sit up tall, rest your thumbs on the mat, push your chest forward, squeeze your shoulder blades tight. And then raise your arms as high as you can. And gently release it off. Interlace your fingers, push your palms away, arch your spine. Look at your fingers. Arch your spine, look at your fingers. Tighten your core, inhale, straighten up, arms straight to the sky. And then bring your hands down behind your back, clasp your hands the unnatural way. So your other little finger is the last one. Rest your thumbs on the mat, sit up tall, squeeze your shoulder blades tight. And then as you inhale, raise your arms as high as you can. Get them a bit higher maybe, Joe. Oh, you can get them a lot higher. Look at you. And release. Ooh. Again, interlace your fingers the unnatural way in front of you. Push your palms away. Look at your knuckles, arch your spine. And tighten your core, straighten up. And then palms face forward, draw your tummy in, nice straight line as you fold down, keeping your arms level with your ears. Tuck your chin in, roll up. Lovely. Turn your right hand up, stretch your arm up, bring it down behind your back. Easy twist, people. Just one arm then. The other arm needs to come up in the air. Make a fist, drop your wrist, lengthen and twist. And breathe and twist. Keep the left arm strong like a lever. Draw your right shoulder back. Take your chin and eyes as far around as you can. And gently come back. And let's do the other side. Left arm up, left arm down. Right arm up, make a fist, drop your wrist, lengthen and twist. And breathe. And gently come back. Bring yourselves together into butterfly pose. So for those of you who have been in the Tuesday evening class for a while, this class is now 55 minutes long. You knew that already, Lynn? No, that's the worried. Yeah, exactly. So remember, people, you're sitting up tall, you're not slouching, your head is directly above your hips, and you're pulling your thighs down towards the ground. Try and engage those quads, the tops of your thighs, to help draw your legs to the ground. You want your heels in as tight as you can. Can you get your heels any closer, Liz? Well, there was a lot of movement. That was very good. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, release it off. You're going to come into a compression. So grab your elbows under your knees. Keep your chest or tummy on your thighs, preferably your chest. Look towards your ankles. Hug yourself tight. And just get your legs as straight as you can, but keeping that contact between your chest and your thighs. Tighten yourself down, guys. Don't just grasp your elbows. You need to be pulling yourself tight into your thighs. And release. Okay, we're going to come down on our backs into a supported bridge. So get the heels of your palms underneath your waist. Get your elbows in as tight as you can. And then just try and relax. Okay, gently lower your hips to the ground. And place your hands either side of your buttocks and take your legs straight up in the air. Keep your tailbone on the mat, kick your heels to the sky. Get your legs nice and straight, Liz. I love it. I tell people to get their legs straight and they look at me as if I'm mistaken. Surely not me, sir. My legs are nice and straight. You know how you can tell your legs are straight because you kick your heels to the sky and you draw your knees towards your hips. You must keep your tailbone on the mat. If you're not finding this starting to get a bit strenuous, you're not engaging your leg muscles enough. Heels up, toes down, kneecaps drawn towards your hips. Beautiful. Bring your feet down onto the ground. We're going to come back into a bridge, but this time just keep hold of your heels. Your heels, not your hips, your heels. It's all right. Everybody's looking at me as if I'm mad. I was just trying to correct one person. Lovely. So remember, guys, when you're in this position, you're pushing down into the soles of your feet, pushing up into your hips and breathing nice and steady. You're also trying to push your chest up, but not your tummy. And then lower your hips down. Okay, straighten out your left leg, stand on your thigh, right foot on your left thigh, right hand under your head, stay looking up, draw your right knee across to the left hand side, keep your right shoulder and elbow on the mat. So most people, when you pull your knee across, your knee is not going to hit the floor. And inhale back to the center, and then let's swap legs. And start to pull your left knee over, keeping your left shoulder and elbow on the mat. Draw your legs back to the center. Hug both knees into your chest. Take your head up to meet your knees. This is the wind relieving posture. Squash down. Lovely. Release your head down. Take your legs straight up in the air. Cross your ankles and swing into a seated position. Take your arms up. Nice and straight, guys, like me. Hips over hips, shoulders over hips. And then we're going to come forward into a downward dog. Come forward, downward dog. Fingers well spread, people. Push your hips up, push your heels down, pull your knees up. Keep breathing. Take one small step towards your hands. Take one small step towards your hands. So you've got your hands about shoulder width apart on the mat. And we're going to take one more step and place your feet directly behind your hands. Possibly you've got your toes touching your wrist. Your weight is over your hips. Make sure your heels and toes are in line. If you can't keep your legs straight with your palms on the ground, just have your fingertips down, it doesn't matter. Then wiggle your feet closer together till they're about one fist width apart. Bend your knees, grab your elbows behind your knees, and then straighten your legs, trying to get your nose between your knees. Soften it up and take 5 breaths to slowly come up, nice and slow, with your breath. Each vertebrae pictured sitting on top of the one beneath it. It's always good to mentally picture yourself when you're doing poses. And once you're upright, hands into prayer, step your feet together. Okay, release your hands down, open your eyes. We're going to do around the sun salutations with bent leg, reverse and normal triangles and a pigeon. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale, arms up, stretch up as high as you can. Keep stretching, keep breathing, and then soften your knees, do the back bend. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward. And soften your knees and take your right leg back into the lunge. Push into your back heel, stretch into your head. Remember, this front knee does not come past this ankle. It's directly on top of the ankle. Hands inside of your feet. And straight away we're going to come into the reverse bent leg. So inhale your left hand up. So your back foot stays off the ground. You're in exactly the position you were in the lunge. And then bring it back to the lunge. Drop your back knee. We're going to crescent moon. Arms up. And then push your hips down. Stretch and arch your spine. Pushing your hips down. Reaching into your fingers. Gently come out into a bent leg triangle. So left hand down, adjust your back foot, line up your front heel and the arch of your back foot. Keep your front leg bent, 90 degrees your thigh to the ground. That means it's parallel to the ground, people, for those of you who don't understand angles. Some of you have got a little smirk on your faces.
Beautiful. Hands down, either side of your foot, and step back into downward dog. Remember, your feet are about bum width apart, your fingers are well spread. You're pushing your hips up, you're pushing your heels down, tucking your chin in, drawing your kneecaps up. So we're going to drop into a cow, so drop onto your knees, toes out, belly button down, chin and chest lifted.
So you're pushing your hips up, you're pushing your belly down.
And then toes tucked in, coming to the cat. So we've still got our knees about 2 fists width apart. Keep your toes tucked in, take your bum to your heels, stretch your arms forward, head on the mat, extend it, child pose with tucked in toes. And then tighten your core and inhale into downward dog. And then as you inhale, take your right leg forward into the lunge. Remember, you're pushing into your heel, pushing down into your front foot, stretching into your head. And then coming into the reverse triangle, so just right arm up. And then back into the lunge, coming to the crescent moon, so drop your knee, inhale your body up.
And then lunge your hips down and stretch your arms up and back. As you inhale, come out into a bent leg triangle. So right hand down, drop your back heel, line up your heel and your arch, and take your left hand up. Keep your front leg bent, people, bent leg triangle.
Beautiful. Bring your hands down. We're going to step back into downward dog. Inhale your left leg up in the air, three-legged dog. And then bring your left leg into pigeon pose. So that means that your left knee lands behind your left wrist and you're trying to get your ankle behind your right wrist. So maybe walk your back leg back a teeny bit more, Liz. That's it, lovely.
Looking up, pushing your hips down. Remember, there's no pain in your knees.
Then, unless you're doing otherwise, place your palms on top of each other and rest your forehead down on top of your hands and just relax everything. So just awareness in your shoulders, they're relaxed, and your hips. So hold it here a couple more breaths. So just really let your body relax, sink down into it. Should be feeling a lovely stretch in your left hamstring and feeling in your left hip flexor. Okay. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your back toes in, engage your core. Inhale, downward dog. And as you inhale again, raise your right leg up in the air. As high as you can and as straight as you can. And as you exhale, bring your right leg into pigeon.
So your hips are down, your chest and chin are up.
No discomfort in your right knee. And then gently lower yourselves down. Again, take whichever position with your hands you want to. Just make sure your chest and shoulders are nice and relaxed, especially your shoulders. And then draw your awareness down to your hips, thighs, relax those. Okie dokie. Hands under your shoulders, back toes tucked in. Inhale, downward dog. So your fingers are spread, pushing your hips out, tucking your chin in. Guys, we're going to drop down into child pose. So drop down with your knees together, get your feet together, toes out, bum to heel, hands to feet. Relax everything. Take your awareness up to your neck and shoulders, make sure they're relaxed. As you inhale, stretch your arms forward, and as you exhale, glide into cobra.
Lifting the chest, pushing your hips down. Toes tucked in, very slowly come into a downward dog. And then jump both feet forward between your hands and grab your ankles.
Take your head towards your knees. Everybody take your awareness to the top of your head and stretch your head more towards your feet. And then take 5 breaths to slowly come upright. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Engage your core. And once you're upright, hands to prayer, eyes closed. Lovely, open your eyes. We're going to do it exactly the same. Arms up, inhale, stretch, and breathe. Reach up as high as you can. Keep breathing, keep stretching up. And then soften your knees and do the back bend, stretching your arms backwards, pushing your hips forward. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Again, hands either side of your feet if you can. It's more important to have your legs straight. Stretch your head towards the ground. Soften your knees and step your left leg back into the lunge. So remember, guys, your front foot touches your front hand, your back foot is nearly behind the other hand. Your knee does not come past your ankle. You try and square up your hips. So you draw your right hip back, pushing your left hip forward, pushing down into your front foot, keeping that back leg as straight as you can. So this time when we come into the reverse triangle, you can either keep your left hand where it is, or you can try and bring your left hand onto the outside of your right foot. Join me in a reverse bent leg triangle. And then gently come back into the lunge. And then crescent moon, knee down, arms up, hips down, stretch and arch. Keep lunging your pelvis down, stretching your fingers back. As you inhale, come out into bent leg triangle. So you take your right hand down, you straighten your back leg, you keep your front leg bent, and left hand comes up. Gently ease it off and step back into downward dog. Remember, guys, heels and toes in line. Fingers well spread. Push into your palms. Don't just let the weight rest on your hands. Maybe take your awareness to your kneecaps and pull them up. And then as you exhale, drop down into cow. Remember, your knees are about 2 fists apart. Pushing your hips up, pushing your belly down, lifting your chest. Toes tucked in, come into the cat. Keeping your toes tucked in, come into child pose, so bum to heels, hands forward, head on mat. And then relax. You're not stretching your arms forward, you're just nice and relaxed. And then spread your fingers well, inhale, downward dog. When you're ready, inhale your left leg forward into the lunge. Pushing into your heels, stretching into your head, pushing down into that front foot. And prepare yourself, whichever version of the bent leg triangle you did before, do it again. So if you had your hand on the outside of your foot, have it on the outside of your foot this time. Gently come out into the crescent moon, knee down, arms up, hips down, stretch and arch. Keep pushing your hips down, keep stretching your arms back. And then gently come out into a straight leg, bent leg triangle. Get all your alignments. Lovely, bring your hand down and then step back into downward dog. Inhale your right leg up in the air, nice and straight, nice and high. And then as you exhale, bring your right leg into the pigeon. Push your hips down, lift your chest and chin up. And as you exhale, lower yourselves down. And again, either place your hands on top of each other and your head on top of your hands, or you can take your hands back towards your hips. But there's no discomfort in your knee. And you're aware that your arms and shoulders are nice and relaxed. Lovely. Hands under your shoulders. Tuck your back toes in. Inhale, downward dog. Really push those hips up, guys. Push those heels down. Give it a good stretch. And then when you're ready, inhale your left leg up in the air. And as you exhale, left leg into pigeon.
Chest and chin lifted, hips pushed down.
And then lower yourselves down. Just check that your shoulders are relaxed, your body feels heavy. Okay, hands under your shoulders, back toes tucked in. Inhale, downward dog. And then when you exhale, we're dropping into child pose with our knees together, feet together, toes out. Bums to heel, hands to feet, relax. Check those shoulders are relaxed. As you inhale, stretch your arms forward. As you exhale, glide into cobra. So remember, guys, when you glide into cobra, you are trying to keep your elbows tight to your body and glide your nose, chin, chest on the mat as you come up. Toes tucked in. Inhale, downward dog. Then jump both feet forward between your hands. Maybe grab hold of your ankles and try and stretch your head more to the ground and tighten your body to your thighs. And then soften your knees. Inhale, come up. Interlace your fingers, stretch your palms to the sky. Press your ankles, hands in front of your heart and press it down. On your backs, hug your knees into your chest. And gently roll side to side, take your head up to meet your knees. And then roll backwards and forwards. Try not to roll directly on your spine because that's a bit uncomfortable. So just work it out either side of your spine. And then relax down into Savasana, legs nice and straight, palms facing the sky. Just give your shoulders a wiggle, give your hips a wiggle, fingers and toes. So just check your shoulders are nice and relaxed, nice and heavy, your hips are relaxed. Breathing nice and steady. Then just check how your shoulders relaxed, your arms feel heavy. Every inhalation, your body feels full of air. And as you exhale, you should just feel the gravity drawing you down into the ground. Again, check, are your shoulders relaxed? Do your arms feel heavy? Take your awareness down to your ankles, relax them. Do your feet feel heavy? Awareness up to your hips. Do your legs feel heavy? So just be aware of your breath and the journey from your nose past your throat, chest, all the way down to your tummy. And then you exhale, visualize your breath as it leaves your tummy, passes your chest, your throat, comes out from your nose. And then keeping your eyes closed, just bring your awareness back. Eyes are closed, roll onto your left hand side. And then using your hands to support your weight. Keep your eyes closed and come into a comfortable seated position. With your hands, just pray in front of your heart. You're sitting up nice and tall, shoulders nice and heavy. And then just take your awareness around your body, any discomfort. You just mentally picture as you inhale your breath go into that spot.
to check the top of your head feels okay. And your neck, shoulders, the upper back, kidneys, lower back, hips, thighs, ankles. Dip your chin. Namaste, people. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.